Whew. All right. Um, this is my first time going live, and I am so excited. Um, I'm learning this YouTube thing, and I have a couple of subscribers now, but my goal in the future is to just share the gospel and the love of Christ. What I plan on doing with this channel is making it a little bit more high tech, allowing it to serve kind of as a beacon of light to people and to share testimonies of my journey, of my growth, of messages that the Lord has impressed upon my heart. I want to go on ahead and share with you. Hold on a second. I didn't plan this live, okay? So I might delete it, I don't know. But I want to go ahead and share with you my book that I came out with a couple weeks ago, Figurines Dancing in My Head. If you have not already done so, please get it. It is on Amazon, and it's a wonderful memoir of my life journey as a young woman, as a child. So go ahead and get that if you can. I have another book coming out that should be hopefully live in August. Okay, so it's going to be live in August, and I am speaking that into existence. I see a couple people on here right now. If you want to go on ahead and I don't know where the comment section is. I'll find out if you guys want to put a comment in there. If you want to interact with me, I do talk back, so that's going to be amazing. I want to share with you just a couple of things before I get off real quick, and that is along the lines of emotional intelligence, okay? And I started doing a little bit of research on what emotional intelligence is, what it looks like, and how do you know if you need to grow more in your emotional intelligence, okay? And I'm going to be completely transparent. Sometimes I get emotionally discombobulated by things, and it makes me flustered. It makes me nervous. It makes me experience anxiety. So I was reading a book online, and I came up with 5 things that you can do to kind of practice emotional intelligence so that you can get better at handling situations that might get you kind of emotionally stirred up. Okay. All right. Number 1, you need to recognize and respect your feelings. Okay. Recognize and respect your feelings. Don't ever, if you ever have like an acute feeling that comes out of nowhere, don't ever try to hide that. Don't ever try to play it off. If someone calls you out, don't deny it. Go on ahead and say, yeah, you know what? That did hurt my feelings. Or, oh, I am kind of jealous about this. Go on ahead and share that with people, because when you do that, you're honoring yourself, you're honoring your truth, and you're respecting your feelings and your emotions. Okay. And we're going to continue on as to why that is so important in number 3. Okay. But let's finish up number 1. Okay. Recognize and respect your feelings, not just with yourself, but make sure other people respect your feelings. So if you're exhibiting an emotion or you're verbalizing to somebody about the way that you feel, and they kind of make you feel some kind of way about it negatively, or they kind of poke fun or make fun of you, or give you like a sense of you being weak for showing that emotion, go on ahead and check them on that right quick, because the whole point of this process, and to begin this process of practicing emotional intelligence, is being true to yourself and making other people around you respect your feelings and your emotions. All right. Number 2, control yourself. Control yourself. I don't know how many times I've seen somebody get really emotional, really upset, and they act out aggressively, like physically aggressively, emotionally, verbally aggressively, while they're in the midst of a strong emotion or feeling. Okay. And that is not something that I'm going to condone. All right. We all have feelings. We all have emotions, but you need to be able to control yourself. You need to take you a couple breaths. You need to go ahead and relax, especially if anger flares up within you, hey, if you have to leave, go on ahead and leave. If you need to take a knee, go on ahead and take a knee. If you need to stop and start praying to the Lord, hey, I feel this way, that way. But whatever you do, don't get physically aggressive with anybody. You don't want to say things. You don't want to cut somebody down verbally because you are upset by something somebody said or something that somebody did. Okay, so you want to control yourself. You want to stay calm. That's number 2. Number 3, you want to discover the root of the emotion. Okay, sometimes the root of the emotion is not what somebody else did or what they said. It's something within you. It's something within you that got triggered by what somebody else did, which caused you to get emotional. All right. So you want to find out what the root is. And I want to say like 80% of the time that I've noticed in myself, the root of the problem is something that I haven't dealt with. Okay. So it's generated from you, or whether it comes from somebody else, and you discover the root of the problem and address it. Okay. Number 4 is probably the most important. You want to pray about the emotion. You want to pray about the feelings that you have. Our Creator instilled in us emotions and feelings. We are a reflection of Him. Like I was talking earlier in another video, we are a reflection of Christ, and He's placed those feelings within us. Okay, He Himself, God has got feelings. The same. He feels. He gets jealous too. He knows when he's loved and he knows when he's not loved. Okay. He gets angry too. So these are not just things that just we come up with ourselves. Our feelings and our emotions come from our Creator, but we need to know how to control them and what to do with them. Okay. And so in order to do that, we need to pray about it. Lord, like let's say if you have an anger problem, Lord, help me to control my anger. Or if you get jealous easily, Lord, help me not to be jealous. Help me to teach me how I can be not jealous. Help me to be happy for other people. Okay. Whatever that emotion looks like, that's what you want to do. All right. Number 5, and this is good advice. Practice makes permanent. Okay. So the more you practice your emotional intelligence, the more you're checking yourself and grooming yourself, the better that you're going to get. I remember I was at work. I think this was last week. And there's a certain person that I work with that is she's very confrontational. She's very negative, and I find myself in every interaction or conversation that I have with her, I get angry, I get discombobulated, I be feeling flustered because she's got all this negative energy, and it's like I subconsciously absorb it and it makes me feel the way that she feels. And so I started to pray about it. Lord, I don't know why I get so emotionally discombobulated and upset when I talk to her, when I have interactions with somebody at work. And so I began to read this book, and it started to help. I forgot the name of the book. When I come back, I'll tell you what the name of the book is, okay? But in the book, it stated to control yourself and pace yourself. You can listen to people, but don't absorb their energy. So a few days later, after praying about the situation with the young lady, and I found myself interacting with her. And of course, the first thing out of her mouth is always something negative, something aggressive, something demeaning. She's just like, she's like that. And so in that moment, when all that energy hit me, I was able to take it, not absorb it, and maintain who I was in that conversation with her, and it didn't affect me. So even now, since then, it's been like a week and a half or 2 weeks now when I do deal with her, which is not that often, it doesn't bother me. Her negativity doesn't bother me. And so that's something that I'm constantly striving, is not allowing other people's negative energy, other people's negative perceptions to be absorbed by me and me have their energy. I hate that. It drives me nuts. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. This was my first live. I'm so proud of myself. I also got me a brand new laptop. This laptop is beautiful. I got it probably about 2 months ago. So this is my first time using the camera and using the microphone on it. So I'm very, very happy for myself. Thank you so much for pulling up. I am Nikki the Great, and together we are growing, sharing, and thriving.